How are you doing, guys? It's ZDEyE here. So today I wanted to share my first impressions on Wulong Fallen Dynasty. Now, I want to say, guys, that there are definitely a lot of bads that I've noticed within this game. Now, before I proceed into these bad parts, I will mention the good stuff as well. But I want to say a few things that I have played Neo. I have played Neo 2. I've also played the remastered versions of them. And, I'm pretty much like... I've been looking forward to these sorts of games that they always were up to my alley, right? I always loved Souls-like types of video games. They're just for me, they're my cup of tea basically. And afterwards, realizing that Wulong Fallen Dynasty is gonna be coming out, and at first I thought like, man, it's just wait, is this Neo? But basically more of the same Neo 3, and you know what, unfortunately this is more or less Neo 3 but wasn't really given a significant step up. It's kind of like Neo 1 going to Neo 2. There was not really much of anything like substantial in terms of the step up from to a sequel, but it's the same case in this way, right? In fact, I'll argue to say this game may be a step down. Again, guys, this is just my first impressions. In my review, as soon as it will be coming out, maybe a few things may change, but as of now, I do not know how I feel about this game, at least to the fullest degree. But few things that I definitely noticed that I definitely will be mentioning them here. And you know what, I'm gonna get the first thing out of the way, and like it says in the title of this video, yeah, this game is fucking ugly. I don't know what's up with that, because I think there's just so much noise, so much going on, so much just like, it's too much going on in terms of the environment, the characters, and not just character, but characters, right? And it's just, like I said, too much noise, and it makes the game look very, very blurry in some cases, ugly, but yet there are occasions that it genuinely does look beautiful. And I mean, Neo done that right. I feel like they did it anyway. Now, there were limitations in Neo, obviously, but in here, I don't believe there should be much of a limitations at all. It feels like Team Ninja, it's basically, anything that they've done is basically anything that they already knew in terms of Neo and Neo 2, and they implemented it in here, but they didn't really, take the time and actually try to innovate, or at least step it up. Like, I'm not looking for a complete innovation, but at least I'm looking for a better game. Shouldn't that be like a given sort of thing? And as such, right, as like, for example, so far I've noticed that magic feels mostly useless, at least that it felt to me. And again, this first impressions, it may change. But yeah, another thing, loot. What's up with that? This was actually a big problem in Neo 1 and 2. Like, there's too many fucking varied loots, and they're just needs to be a way to easily digest it all, right? There's so much useless loot in here that I just like scrap it up. That's all I can really do with it, more or less. Now, of course, like, there's definitely good parts. And for example, basic combat it feels fast and smooth. It genuinely does. Parrying and deflection actually is really good. It doesn't actually take like a superhuman like with its timing to get it perfect or anything like that. It's definitely a welcome change. And also the level progression benefits those who are into fully exploring the map, and that genuinely actually invites an exploration of this map, and like any maps, right, in this game. And that's a big step up, and like, I think it's actually a very smart move. At least that's more or less of an innovation enough, right? Every weapon has its own sorts of animations, and they actually have different feel to them as soon as you're using them. It's actually nice. But also it has like a lot of callbacks towards like Lubu as perhaps like maybe as recruitable allies and stuff like that. And I've noticed that there's like a lot of heroes from the Three Kingdoms, but here's the thing, and I'm noticing this quite seriously. Like, I'm just closing my eyes, like, I'm just, what the hell is going on with this situation? Because everything that I mentioned in terms of the good was already present in Neo 1 and Neo 2. But then I'm gonna have to mention some of the bad as an example. The game is ugly. It's genuinely is ugly. It seems outdated. I don't know, it seems like to me that Neo 1 and Neo 2, they were prettier, because there's too much noise, there's too much shit going on in this world, too much right there in front of your screen. And yet, like I said, magic feels kind of useless, at least personally for me, and as of so far. Loot, like I've said, there's too much going on with that. And story. What's going on with the story? It's like super forgettable, right? The characters, like as soon as you meet this, and as such, basically a few moments later, they disappear and never come back. It's so questionable. And yet another thing, and maybe that's just a normal thing from Team Ninja, guys, give us a voice protagonist. I kind of liked it, but again, that's just a nitpick. It's not really a big deal. It's just kind of what I wanted. In Neo 1, we actually had a voice protagonist, even though he didn't really speak much. But yeah, it's interesting, I guess, maybe. But yeah, guys, there's just so much going on with this game. It's like, it's questionable what's going on here, and it kind of makes sense. I believe Team Ninja is also creating a next game for, I think it will be exclusively for PlayStation, next year. That'll be coming out in 2024, and perhaps this game was just more or less of a filler, and I definitely do see that. I did hear there's like a lot of problems in terms of the enemy variety as well. Now, since it is my impressions, I can't comment on that as of yet, but so far, yeah, it seems to be the case. Man, I was really much looking forward to this, because like I platinumed Neo 1, I platinumed Neo 2. I really like Team Ninja, their games anyway, and after with their kind of new success towards Neo games like Soul style games, I'm just like always will be looking forward to and seeing what they got in store for us. But this ain't it. I'm sorry, but this ain't it. Like so far, this game is like mediocre at best, like 5 out of 10 for sure. Man, it's everything that was done right in Neo. It is present here, but not everything included that as well. And a lot of the bad stuff that was in Neo, it's once again present in this game. It's like, what did you do in here? Like, it genuinely was a new coat of paint that in different era that they decided to make this game upon. But other than that, there's nothing new, and that kind of sucks. Like I said, the only new thing that's memorable for me, at least, is the progression, the level progression, the benefit of that, of fully exploring the world, for example, putting down the flags, and that's how you can level up basically, and you become stronger of defeating the enemies around this map. That's actually one good new thing. I really like it. But man, I'm pretty disappointed with this game so far. I will play it, I'll continue it, and I will finish it. Alright guys, like and subscribe, see you guys all later, and have a wonderful day.